Hello, gentlemen, and welcome. This is week 14, the final week of the regular season video letter. Welcome back to the Compost Cave. We got Roger Rivera to my left, owner of the motherfucking Dirtbags. My name's Alec Campos of the Miami Sharks. Here we go. This week's agenda, a little shorter, a little bit sweeter. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. This guy likes to talk, and obviously so do I. We're going to get into the game of the week recap. We had 2 games of the week last week. We're going to talk about the high scoring that took place and a record that could have been broken, but it didn't. We're going to get back into our pick'em challenge for last week, go over last week's record. We're going to talk about this week. We're going to get into our pick'em challenge, and we are going to have some more of that good old motherfucking trash talk. Now we're going to get into our GOTW. If you're new to the program, that's game of the week for week 13. The first game was the Dirty Do versus Mr. G, because I'm not saying giblets anymore. Go ahead, Roger.
The Dirty Do and the Mr. G's. Dirty Do comes on top with 165 points. He had 2 players to manage to produce 0 points. 0 points. 2 players to produce 0 points.
Every time I fucking do that, I score like 87.
Exactly. And he manages to produce 165 points. Throughout the whole 14 weeks, he's managed to produce, I'm going to say, about like 9 games with about 150 points or more. So he's actually been producing a lot. He's actually been under the radar.
One of the highest prolific teams that we have. But
before the segment started, I had told Alec that I had possibly cursed Mr. Mosqueso by pretty much saying that he was going to win the championship.
Because you do have bad luck, so
I would like to change my mind. I'm very sorry, Mr. James Leeper, but Nick Romero is on fire. This guy's team is outstandingly just fucking. I'm sorry, guy.
You can't do that. You can't. You pick James Leeper, you pick Mosqueso to win it all, and now you're gonna switch it over?
I have the right to change my mind.
No, you don't.
I do. And especially because you think there's a
journalist, as a fantasy sports journalist, you stick to your fucking guns. I haven't picked anybody yet. I'm gonna get to my pick a little bit later on.
And as I said, he's on a hot streak, man. His team is just on fire. But again, I'm not gonna change my mind. But
no, go ahead. I don't care. Give him the bad luck because I don't care about Nick.
That's what I was saying, because I have bad luck.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because I was fucking mad at him. Anyway, so he manages 2 players to go 0 points produced, but he still manages to have 165 points. He ends up beating Mr. G. Nick Romero could have easily replaced who was that guy?
No, that was the next game.
No. But he had Torrey Smith on the fucking. Torrey Smith was on the bench over Boykins. Fucking Jared Boykin.
Yeah, you're a homer, bro. Stop playing the fucking Green Bay Packer guys and start looking at some other matchups.
Like, I'm sorry, but come on, Torrey Smith.
But
it's against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're gonna air that ball all day.
I do agree with Nick.
Steelers, bro. They stopped the run. Ray Rice. Garbage this year.
I agree with Nick in starting Boykin because I took a chance this week. I dropped Joe Flacco this week, and I picked up Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn ended up fucking scoring -1 points for me this week. Fucking dick. I took a chance.
You still managed to win.
Woo!
You still managed to win.
All right.
With one quarterback.
Next, we're gonna get into our second game of the week. That was the 1 and 2 matchup of the Infinite Division. The Infinite Division, and that was a 40-ounce Pounder versus San Diego Pounders. I believe I picked that game right. I believe I was the only one to pick that one right last week. We had the San Diego Pounders scoring 187 points, and the Los Angeles 40-ounce Pounders scoring 144 points. Of course, all season long, I said it last week, the San Diego Pounders had the best quarterback duo in this league by far. No matter if it was Phil Rivers or Peyton Manning, now this Nick Foles guy comes out of nowhere, has 19 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he's not looking back. Peyton Manning's going to be fucking Peyton Manning, of course. Every week he could go off for 7 to 8 touchdowns. This week he gets a measly 5. Seabass, you just got outplayed, man. I mean, you have a hot team like the San Diego Pounders fighting for their playoff lives. They get the win. Now they're into the final playoff in that second. They locked themselves in that second seed in the Baby Net division. So now we're going to see, Seabass versus the San Diego Pounders again in that Week 15 rematch. We're going to see how that goes. But you have another team that has 2 zeros, that he posts 2 zeros and scores 187 points. But right now, we're going to get into our motherfucking trash talk right in there, right now. Go ahead.
San Diego Pounders manages to score 187 points.
Again.
Week 13, again, 187 points.
Well, 2 guys do what?
He has 2 guys produce 0 points.
Get so lucky.
Okay, 0 points. I don't know what the fuck you were doing Sunday morning. I don't know if you were whacking it off. I don't know if you had some pussy action or something was going on. I don't know what's going on with you.
Probably not.
But you knew that Julius Thomas had a knee injury. He was questionable, So if you would have been on your A game, like it always seems like you always are, you would have seen that he was inactive on Sunday. Okay, you would have benched Julius Thomas, and you would have just substituted him over Eric Decker that produced 42 points. 42. What do you have? 5 touchdowns?
4.
4 touchdowns. 4. He would have given you 42 points. Okay, now Nate Burleson. 1 touchdown, bro. 1 touchdown all season. And you start him over Ben Tate? Are you serious? Like, come on, brother.
That's pretty terrible.
That was ridiculous. That was so fucking stupid of you. Sorry, it's shit talk. You're retarded. I'm sorry. You would have substituted Ben Tate for Burleson. You would have substituted Eric Decker for Julius Thomas. Why? Because he was inactive. Ben Tate produced 28 points. Eric Decker produced 42 points. Earlier on this season, someone broke the record for the most fantasy points scored in fantasy football in the league, with 207 points. Guess who that was?
I'm gonna go off a limb here and just say San Diego Pounders.
San Diego Pounders. It was you. 207 points. If you had just done the very fucking obvious thing to do, with substituting these players for the dumb fucking fucks that you had on your roster, you would have had 257 points. I would have called this dude the fucking Hall of Famer. That's his nickname from now on. The dumbass.
We call it fucking trash talk because we look at something back that you should have done.
Why?
It's easy for us to sit back and say you should have done something. I mean, look where we are. We're on the outside looking in.
No. It was just like, it's something as, it's Julius Thomas, dude. He was inactive. Why keep him in there?
Maybe he didn't see it.
No,
Maybe
he fucking had a dream. He had a dream. He knew he was going to score 187 points.
So we got to fucking work. That's why I drink so much.
Okay? He had a fucking dream. That's what the fuck he had.
Yeah, just like half of 100 is 30, huh? You dickhead. Anyway.
When you're drunk, it is.
Anyway.
It's just like when you're drunk, like a fucking 5 looks like a 9 to you. Watching you, fuck.
Now we're going to jump in. I don't give a fuck. I'm horny. Now we're going to jump into our game of the weeks for the Week 14 GOTWs. It's going to be a battle for that final playoff spot, gentlemen. In that baby nut division, you have Mr. G versus the Chili Cheese Dogs, and you got the Dirty Do versus Mas Queso. You both, the projection for Mr. G versus the Dogs, they got Mr. G losing 162 to 120, and in that Mas Queso versus the Dirty Do, they have the Mas Queso losing 161 to 0 because he hasn't had a lineup yet. We don't know what your lineup's gonna look like as of yet.
Strategy.
But we do know that you come to play. You were probably one of the last place teams, maybe week 5, and you're battling for a playoff spot. That's my hats off to you, sir. But good luck to you, gentlemen, both this week. I don't know how. I gotta talk to Robert, or we gotta figure that out. Maybe you could post it down below after this is over. You're both 7-6 right now in the standings. Mr. G's ahead of Mas Queso in that number 2 spot in that baby net division. But I don't know if how the head-to-head looks or the division record looks. But as for the standings on the ESPN board, Mr. G would get in if they do both win.
Hey, real quick, can I have a selfie?
After that, good luck to you, gentlemen. Both. I hope you guys both win. I don't know how that playoff thing's going to come out, but good luck to you guys.
Can I interrupt real quick? There's a couple guys from the newsletter that praise themselves. So I would like to give myself about at least 30 seconds of fame. I've gone on a three game winning streak. I'm now 6-7. I promised you guys that I would not quit for the sake of the leg. Okay? Look at me now, dude. 6-7, bro. 6-7. How amazing is that? I'm just unlucky that, San Diego Pounders fucking 187 points. Come on.
You win some, you lose some. Now we're going to get
But there you go. Goes to fucking show, Robo. You could have done something. You fucking traded.
Robo couldn't have done anything.
Fuck, I wanted Wes Walker.
Now we're going to get into our Pick'em Challenge. We started the segment 2 weeks back. Me and Roger did. He won that actually 3-2, and I went 2-3 that week.
2-3.
Last week.
2-3.
Oh, I went 400. Fuck, I'm fucking horrible. But I made up for it this week. Robert, myself, and James, we all picked, and Robert went 2-3 last week in the Pick'em Challenge. I actually went 4-1, and we had James going 1-4 overall. Now this week we are going to do it again, the Pick'em Challenge. The first game of the week, probably what looks like what he told me before, the Ultimate Ship Bowl, the preview. We have the Miami Sharks versus 77th Gunslingers. ESPN projections has it 136 to 127, and a little closer than what it is. If you didn't remember, week 4 when I got my last victory before last week, I actually beat Robo 141 to 139. It was a pretty close game. So maybe it's a good game again, but I am going to pick myself in this week 14 finale. Who do you got?
It's a new week. You know what, dude? I think you have it in you, man.
Stop my 2 games.
The last time I recall, it's called the fucking Robo-Bye week. So, Miami Sharks, you better fucking take a bite of that ass. Please.
In the next game, we are going to go with the San Diego Pounders versus the motherfucking Dirtbags. ESPN projections has it at 156 to 137 and San Diego Pounders win. Who do you got in this one, sir?
Motherfucking Dirtbag, baby. Fucking gonna win this shit. 4-game win streak on you, bitch.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I got the San Diego Pounders. He could have scored 257 points last week. He's probably gonna score like 170 this week for shits and giggles and get his playoff run started.
Fuck this guy.
I got the San Diego Pounders.
He fucking picked me to win last week. Now he's going against me. You're fucking gonna lose.
You picked James Leeper to win it, and now you change your mind to San Diego Pounders. Then you change your mind back to James Leeper. Kiss my fucking sweaty ass balls right now.
San Diego Pounders, by the way. If you have your facts straight.
Anyway,
it was the dirty dude.
I got the week 3, game number 3. God damn it. The Los Angeles 40-ounce Pounders versus the Sweaty Balls. ESPN projects it at 163 to 143. The 40-ounce Pounders winning. I'm actually going to go ahead and take the Sweaty Balls. When the season started, he got it off to kind of a slow start, and then he came back and pretty much had made a run for the playoffs. He needed a little bit of help, but when you score 187 points and 2 guys scoring 0, it's hard to get beat. I'm going to pick the Sweaty Balls. Who do you got in that matchup?
I'm going to do the Bernie Mac all over fucking Sebastian, the 40-ounce Pounders, because I think the Sweaty Balls is about a fucking teabag the fucking 40-ounce Pounders from head to fucking toe. I'm sorry, but I'm taking the motherfucking Sweaty Balls.
Sweaty Balls, all right. In the 4th game of the week, we got the Dirty Dew versus Mas Queso. ESPN projections right now as of Thursday at 2:07 a.m. It's 161 to 0 as the Dirty Dew is gonna win. I'm actually gonna go with the Dirty Dew. I think they're gonna keep James Leeper out of the playoffs. This magnificent run he's been on. I hate to pick fucking Nick, but I think he's gonna go ahead and win. And who do you got?
The Dirty Dew. I think Cam Newton's actually going to have a pretty big game against the Saints.
In New Orleans, though. In New Orleans. Let's see how that goes. And the 5th and final game of the week, we have Mr. G versus the Chili Cheese Dogs. Both these last 2 games were game of the week. ESPN projects the game at Chili Cheese Dogs 162, Mr. G 120. Mr. G's fighting for his playoff life. I think out of the 2, I think Mr. G has I think Mosquito has a better chance to beat Nick in that Week 15 matchup in the playoffs. But maybe he pulls an upset. Maybe he does pull an upset. If they're tied going into Week 15, we don't know who's going to do. Robert's got to crunch some numbers for us. He actually couldn't be here with us today, but happy birthday to your dad, Robert. On a little side note. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the chili cheese dogs in this one. I think they're gonna get a big victory this week. They're going to try to stay out of that shit bowl playoff. Who do you got?
Chili cheese dogs.
Chili cheese dogs. All right. We have our picks in, and now, actually, I want to get into something real quick. Robert, you had posted. We had a couple polls on the video letter last week, and we had already voted that the division champs will pick the division champs will pick next week's divisions. So, we voted that 8-1. I don't know if you meant the division champs or the people who get to the Angel Bowl. If we already voted division champs, so basically it's going to be Nick and Seabass picking the divisions for next year, regardless of them winning the championship, or was it them? Whoever gets to the Angel Bowl will pick the divisions. I know we had said 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 pick, but that's at a 4-4 dead even race, and it might stay that way. Maybe it goes 5 and 5. But think about that, guys. Do you want now who gets to the Angel Bowl? Do the people who actually win the division? So the division champ of the Infinite division is Seabass. He'll pick the division for next year, and the division champ for the Infinites is Nick, and he'll pick that division for next year. Is that what we're gonna do it? Think about that. Maybe we make a new poll, get that going, or do we want to go with the 1 and 2, 3 and 4? But that's at a dead even race. That Pro Bowl game, I do want you guys to remember, set your picks, what
a wonderful idea, Alec.
Thank you. I thought of that.
You're very welcome. Very clever of you.
I think that's all we got for you guys today. Again, UCLA wins. And I want to praise myself one more time. I said it 8 long weeks ago. I said it on the message board. My game... Jimmy Graham and Drew Brees play on Monday night to beat me. All they had to do was score 24 combined points, and they would have won. And any other week, 24 combined points for them two is like fucking this guy eating a large pizza by himself. It's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen. now so they combined for 19 points. I did the impossible. It's like fucking Auburn returning the ball 109 yards against Alabama to win it. I fucking did it. I said it last week. I picked myself. Fuck you. That's all we have for you this week here at the Compost Cave. Week 14 season finale. Good luck to everybody in your games this week. And the Ship Bowl and the championship and the Angel. I love you. Everybody, good luck to you, gentlemen, and cheers.